Greetings, class. In this video, I wanted to take a moment and walk you through some tips in IT Lab. IT Lab is assigned for your course, and generally, people have a lot of problems with it, but it's a pretty simple thing to do. So we're going to go through IT Lab real quick. What you do is you could use any browser. I always use Google Chrome. It's my favorite browser, but you can use a browser, Internet Explorer. You can use anything that that you are comfortable with. It works with Firefox. In this case, I'm going to use Google Chrome. So you go to myitlab.com, and to get registered, all you're going to do is click this register now link. Right, you're a student. It tells you, okay, you need these things, three things, right? I need an email, you need a course ID, right? And you need your access code or credit card. Now, I can't help you with that access code. That access code is something that you buy with your book from the bookstore. So just remember that I can't help you with that access code. That's something that you have already purchased. What I can help you is with the course ID. All right. So if you look in the classroom, right, you're going to see some, and it could be either one of the classes. Um, you're going to go to the instructor announcements, okay? And in the instructor announcements, you're going to have an announcement that says IT Lab registration code, right? So in this particular instance, if I click on that announcement, in that announcement, it'll say something like your code is such and such. So I'm going to give you an old one so that you don't register for the wrong course. So we're going to go to an old 101 class. Okay, so don't use this one, but this is just an example, right? So we go to instructor announcements, we go down to registration, IT Lab course ID and information, and you're going to have an admin code, just like similar to this, okay? So make sure you go into your course announcements and you get that admin code. That's the course ID. And you click OK, get registered. All right, so you go there, you put in that admin code, you click the continue button, and what will happen next is it's going to ask you for your username and password or your email address, and then it's going to ask you for your access code. Your access code is what you buy that comes with your book from the bookstore. I cannot provide you that access code. That access code comes from what you purchase. The only thing I can provide you with is the course ID. If you do not have an access code, you must work out with the bookstore on how to get one, okay? You can also sign up for temporary access, which gives you 2 weeks of access to the course. And a warning, if you do temporary access after 2 weeks and you do not enroll, all your information is wiped, okay? So just make sure you know that. So once you go through there, um, you'll get your username and password, you'll get a course, and then you'll sign in. So in this particular instance, I'll go ahead and sign in. All right, so I'm signing into Miller Mott. I'm going to sign into the course room, right? So you're going to have similar things to this, and in this case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on one of the IT labs here. Okay, so it'll come up just like this, right? You selected your course, right? Then you're going to go to, click in. You're going to get something similar to this. I always recommend you go through Set Up My IT Lab, right? And what this just does, it goes through settings, right, that you have to do, okay? So you click See My Requirements, Operating System. You can click, which one you're using or download the latest version. So you don't have to do this. This is not necessary, but I recommend that you do it. Okay. Because what it'll do is it'll walk you through to make sure that you are ready. Okay. After you go through that step, when you have some material you need to do, you just go to course material. Okay. You got to wait a minute. You have to wait. It takes a minute to populate. And then once it does, right, you'll see something similar to this, like list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4, list 5. I also have a warning up here, right? It says something about that I had pop-ups disabled, right? Pop-ups need to be enabled for IT Lab. If you don't have it enabled, you won't see your assignments. So as you can see over here, I can just click on that. I can click on always allow pop-ups, done. Okay, it's going to reopen it back up, or it should, and if it doesn't, we'll wait on it. But now I should have pop-ups that are enabled. So I click on lesson 1. All right, and in that is the 3 things I must do for lesson 1, right? And I just simply click on the assignment, right? And the assignment pops up, right? That's why I need pop-ups. It has to pop up. If you tell me that you're clicking on the assignment and you see nothing, it is because your pop-up blocker is not enabled. You have to allow pop-ups for IT Lab. And you see how it then starts, right? And tells me on the right here what to do. Start Microsoft Word and display a blank document. So on this right-hand side, it's telling me what I have to do, okay? All you should have to do is do what the activity tells you, okay? And it gives you 5 attempts for each one, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. We're going to leave it. I just wanted to give you an example. Now, what happens if you have a problem in IT Lab? It's simple. IT Lab has a support number. If you have a problem, right, you can't get something to work. You know, you click it and something doesn't happen. The good news is there's Pearson support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can call them at your Thanksgiving dinner table and get support for IT Lab. Does it take a while sometimes? Yes, it does. There could be a wait, but Professor Schmeling can't help you with an IT Lab problem. It's not owned by myself. It's not owned by Miller-Mont. It's owned by Pearson, and you have to call that number. Okay. So if you're sending me a message saying IT Lab didn't work, I'm going to refer you to this number. Please be sure to call this number for anything. Okay. And that's it. That's all you need to do in IT Lab. Okay. Remember that when you click on your course materials, you have to wait for that to populate for a minute. It does take a moment to do that. Okay. And as a review, you should run Set Up My IT Lab. Okay. Running that will get you for whatever pop-up, enable pop-ups you need to do. It'll make sure your system is compatible. The other thing is that there's a student FAQ that's pretty good. Okay, it tells you some things that that you can do. Recommended browsers not supported. Okay. So that concludes my video. Make sure that you get started with IT Lab right away. Do not wait. Do not wait. Do not wait. Get started right away and plan to have issues. Thanks.